Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse multi-review. I got three different Platinum Chase figures here. On the left, we have the Sergeant Rock Collector's Edition Platinum Chase. In the middle, we have the Injustice 2 Gorilla Grodd Platinum Chase. And on the right, we have the Sportsmaster Platinum Chase. All of these figures retailed for different prices. Gorilla Grodd and uh, Sportsmaster were about the same price of around $23. However, I only spent $10 on him and I spent about 38 on him. Sergeant Rock, retails 30 on that. I spent about 45. Mcfarlane has not put this figure up for an EQL lottery yet, so if you're waiting on that, keep waiting. They might put it up in like a month or two. They've been kind of sparsely putting out these platinum waves and platinum chases. So, if you still haven't found this one, give it some time or go on Big Bad Toy Store. I believe they have some of the platinum chases still available. But anyway, one thing I'd like to point out with Gorilla Grodd here is that he is loose. I don't have the card or the stand that came with the figure, but I do have, the card and stands for the other two guys here. So we'll go ahead and start off with the boxes. Boxes are your pretty much standard fare. There's the barcode for Sergeant Rock, although it's not really going to do you any good because it's the same UPC as the normal one. And then here's the Sportsmaster one. This does say Sportsmaster on all three sides, DC Classics. There's the barcode if you need that. There's the back of the box. And let's go ahead and take a look at their accessories. Sportsmaster, of course, comes with a card. There's the back of that for you, part of the Injustice Society. And here is Sergeant Rock's card. There you go. And he does come with a card stand, which is in a army-ish green. It's not quite army green, but it's more like an olive, I'd say. It's the only time that this has shown up in this color, as far as I know. So, yeah, this is pretty cool about this Platinum Chase. They actually molded this in a different color. It's not painted. It's molded in this nice green color. I don't use these anymore, but nice to have. I like when they're in different colors because there's an excuse for me to actually want to use them. Now I don't have Gorilla Grodd's card, so we're not going to look at that. But I am going to go ahead and take a look at Gorilla Grodd first, since I have him here. This was one of the earlier releases in this line, 2020, I think. Pretty cool looking figure. The non-platinum chase is a gold version, but I kind of like the silver better. And I wasn't expecting to find this for $10, but he's got a lot of really nice molded detail on here, even in places where I didn't think that they would do that. Hell, even the fur is pretty nice, except his ass. This is a silver plastic crotch painted black, so it doesn't really have any of the shine to it. I'm sure you could add some shine to it, or if you prefer the matte look, just get a clear matte spray. The armor looks nice. It's in all the places it is in the game, even those weird index toes or whatever they're called. But yeah, he's got it on the toes as well. I do have issues standing this figure up, but I've gotten him to a pose where I think that he'll be fine. Posing wise, he's got ball joints in there. Actually, that surprised me. You can barely see it, but yeah, he's got a ball joint rather than the hinge joint. At least, well, maybe he does have the hinge joint, but it definitely feels more like a ball joint with a ratchet. So I'm not quite sure on that one. Of course, he's got the foot bend there as well as the toe bend and pivot. He should have a pivot. Yeah, he's got a pivot, but it's kind of hard to do. He's got knee bend and twist, but my knee just does not want to bend like at all. Like it is rough. And then he does have a little bit of thigh swivel, but it's not really that useful because it's kind of at an angle where his legs come out, and he's already having trouble standing up. That's great. Waist section, it's on a double ball joint. The upper is at a weird angle, so I don't recommend moving that one. The lower is at an actually decent angle, so you can, move it any way you want, really. His shoulders here, they're on the standard ratcheted hinge, and with that fake butterfly joint. He can't really bend his arms up any further than that, just because the armor pieces get in the way. but he does have a swivel there, and he does have a upper arm swivel as well. So that's really nice to see. A lot of the big figs, they don't come with two swivels, one here and at the elbow. They usually just come with the one at the elbow. So that's nice to see. The hands here, they are a little spiky at the tips of the fingers, but you can crunch and twist the hand. Twisting on this side is a bit harder to do. And his head here, he can look down pretty far. Like he's like I would like to put like a piece of like food in here and just have him like chomping on it like he can't really look up too far, but it's decent. But yeah, there's Gorilla Grodd, cool looking figure. Nice to have it. And we'll do some size comparisons in a bit here, but hopefully he doesn't fall over while I do the rest of this review. Let's go to Sportsmaster next, since he's not a figure that is easy to find, I guess. I mean, he's easier to find than some of these other platinum chases, but he's still one per box. It does suck. I did have to pay aftermarket prices for this guy. I never found him in stores, and I didn't win the EQL lottery. Dang you, Mcfarlane. Anyway, I really like this figure. This was the only one I wanted from that platinum in-store only wave. It was Sportsmaster, Reverse Flash, and a Manhunter. It's a nice wave. This was really, like I said, the only one I wanted, and this is actually some of the smartest reuse in the line, if you ask me. This uses the Batman Dark Detective figure without the jacket, and I think the only new molded stuff here might be the forearms, but I could be wrong on that. I know pretty much this is an entire reuse of that Dark Detective figure, but again, it's a smart reuse. It works well for this particular character. And what's really cool about this is that he does have some dry brush detail on his purple armor pieces. So he's got some on the shins there. See how highlighted that is. And he's got some on his upper torso here. You can see, though, that the paint down here is a little bit brighter on that midsection piece. And it definitely does stand out in most angles. It looks a little bit worse on camera, but it's not too different. I'm pretty sure this is reused, but this crotch piece might be new. He's got a bunch of different pouches and stuff on there. I'm pretty sure this forearm is new, or this one is. One of them is, I'm pretty sure. And what I also like is that he has thigh swivel, an actual thigh swivel, not the fake thigh swivel, but he's got a real thigh swivel. That's pretty cool. More of this, please, Mcfarlane. I know it's reusing a body mold, but more thigh swivel. This armor here is rubber, and obviously this one's painted, so that's probably why the colors don't match up. And yeah, this one's at a weird angle too on that upper, so you're really not going to get much out of that articulation point. The one at the waist isn't bad, though. That one's perfectly good. Oop, he fell off of his stand. Oh well. He does come with two accessories besides his stand, of course. As you can see, he's got the hockey stick here, which is it goes up to about his shoulder in height. It's pretty tall. Mine is a little curved. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like that out of the package or not, but he also comes with a baseball bat here. So if you'd rather have him with a baseball bat, there you go. You can have that instead. I think I'm going to be giving this to my Suicide Squad Harley figure, the baseball bat, because when I think of Sportsmaster, I usually think of hockey. So he's getting that hockey stick. He's going to be keeping that. Articulation, you know, what you expect. He can kick up okay, I guess. This one is cut at an angle, so it's not, you know, nearly as good of a kick as I would want, especially for someone whose whole, like, persona is being good at sports. Let's see. Double elbow, pretty good. He can touch his own shoulder. And these shoulders are massive, too. So it looks a bit better, and he's got a little bit more range of movement. The fake butterfly isn't too bad. The face sculpt here looks pretty good. You can actually see the eyes poking in down there. This mask piece is an overlay on top of another piece. And they did a good job on that. There's also some dry brushing in the hair, too, with a darker blonde color. Overall, good job on this figure. I just wish it wasn't a platinum chase. Let's go ahead and get him out of the way and take a look at the last platinum chase of this review, we have the Sergeant Rock figure. And being a collector's edition figure, he comes with quite a decent amount of accessories. So first of all, he has a shovel here. Kind of weird looking shovel, but it's a shovel. He comes with a knife here, which I put on the holster. It is kind of hard getting that in there. I think that's just because both parts are painted and it adds a lot of extra friction. But, that's a knife. That's not a knife. But yeah, there's a lot of friction in there. Just be careful. He comes with a backpack, which is really cool, and that is removable. It's not pegged on either. It's just put on like just a backpack. It's just a backpack. Thankfully, this one's not too hard to get on or off, but, it's nice and dry brushed and stuff. Looks like it's got like a bullet hole or two in it. But yeah, that goes on like a backpack. And the shovel can actually fit in there as well. Just shovel it in there. Not sure how... There's definitely like a stopping point. You can kind of see on the shovel handle where that would be. It just stops right there. I'm not sure if it's supposed to go this way, or what, but I'm just going to keep it like that. And it comes with some alternate hands here, some of which are reused from the Dark Knight Rises Bane Build-A-Figure. So he comes with that pointy hand here on his left hand. He comes with that grippy hand as well. And he comes with a fist as well. And then the right hands are all new. He comes with a trigger finger holding hand, but no gun. He comes with another pointing hand, but this one's more of a pointing hand, like a more direct one. Not sure why he's using 2 fingers. And of course, he comes with a fist for that side as well. And what's really cool about this figure is that he also comes with a helmet that is printed with that logo on it. But more importantly, this stand here. It's supposed to look like a Green Army Man stand, and I just think that's really cool. Again, this is one of the only times Mcfarlane has recolored that particular part rather than changing the paint. So yeah, really cool that stand is in green. Getting this out of the package, by the way, this helmet, this was like bent in like that against the figure, and you can kind of see a stress mark on the actual helmet strap there. So just be careful with that. I'm going to be keeping it on the figure once we finish this review, but wanted to show you the figure without his accessories on. Really nice looking sculpt work here. Really, this Platinum Chase is about the sculpt work and not the paint job. The paint job is supposed to be reminiscent of, a Green Army Man figurine. This canteen does not come off, although it feels like it could. Yeah, don't try to take this off. I believe it's glued on there, but really nice looking figure here. It's got some dog tags. This again reuses the Dark Knight Rises Bane body mold. He's got a watch over here, although it's probably error appropriate now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, good looking figure. Good reuse. Not too bad. They could have done a worse job with reuse, but the upper section is error appropriate, but this might or might not be, especially those boots. Those boots look a little modern to me, but let me go ahead and put these accessories back on him, because I prefer the figure with them on. Getting the backpack on can be a little bit of a hassle. I actually haven't taken it off until just doing this review. Get in there. Come on. There we go. And in case any of you were wondering, since he has a trigger finger hand, yes, he can hold some guns. I don't have any that are in this particular color, but I do have a shotgun here, which I think he'll look good with. So just see if I can do this on camera. Shove that in there. Camo. There we go. So yeah, you can have him with a shotgun in here, and you're gonna have him pointing, or you can have him holding it like so. Obviously it's at a weird angle, but you get the idea. And he looks good with it too. I think that's what's most important here. Anyway, let's go ahead and see how tall each of these figures are. Sportsmaster here, he stands at about just under 7.5 inches. The Sergeant Rock figure is about 8 inches tall. He is a tall boy. And the Gorrilla Grodd here is just under 8 inches as well. So a lot of tall figures here. And we're going to go ahead and do just a few size comparisons. This video has gone on long enough, but starting off with some Flash figures, I have the Flashpoint Flash as well as the Wally West Flash for any comparisons with the Gorilla Grodd figure back there. Looks pretty good. I actually really like how he looks next to that Gorilla Grodd. Don't have the Injustice 2 Flash. Speaking of another Flash character, someone from the Injustice Society, here we have the Rival to go with your Sportsmaster figure. So if you wanted to see how they look together. And for Sergeant Rock, we don't really have anyone else from that particular era in Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse yet, so instead I decided to bring down my tallest G.I. Joe classified figures, and I'll probably put him with these guys. But here we have the Gung Ho and the Roadblock figure from that line, and I mean he towers above them, but I think he just like barely fits. It's kind of more so like a display piece, but yeah, I think that he looks pretty good with the two of them. So overall, I would say you don't really need any of these figures besides Sportsmaster. Gorilla Grodd, they've so far made 3 versions. This version, the gold version, as well as a Page Punchers version, which, you know, just depending on what version of Gorilla Grodd you want, keep waiting or buy one of the 3. This one, I just got lucky with the loose bin. This was $10. You might have to spend $30, but it's not too terribly expensive on the aftermarket from what I saw. The other 2, on the other hand, you're probably going to have to spend at least $40 for either or, and both. I'm definitely glad I got all of these platinums. I'm hoping to get the Question Platinum sooner rather than later. That's one I do not want to miss out on. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below of these 3 figures, which one's your favorite. Be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps with the channel. And as always, peace.